Everyone, welcome to Cambio classes in the second 17 number lecture of IUPAC nomenclature for class 11th. So today we will discuss about reactive intermediate. As we know, reactant transform into products, but during this process in between some species are formed which may ultimately form into products. Some species are carbocation or carbonium ion or free radical, etc. So our topic is to discuss these intermediates. These are known as intermediates formed during the reaction. Let's start. The first intermediate is carbonium ion or carbocation. These are formed by the heterolytic bond fission. What is heterolytic bond fission? Here you can see X is the different entity and C is the different entity. So X has, if X has high electro or is high electronegative atom, high electronegative, then the two electrons of this bond may shift towards this during the breakage of this bond. Ultimately leads to the formation of carbon with positive charge and negative charge with X. So here this entity is known as carbocation. The species with positive charge, carbon with positive charge, is known as carbocation, formed by the heterolytic bond fission, formed as a result of protonation of alkenes. Then what is protonation of alkenes? Here is the alkene. If we add one proton to it, then this double bond may shift towards its carbon, shift toward this carbon, and this carbon move towards H positive ion, lead to the formation of CH2 with positive charge, single bond CH3. These are the carbocation, that is the carbon with positive charge. So depending upon the number of carbon attached to C plus, the carbocation will be primary, secondary, tertiary. If C plus attached to one carbon and the other valence is occupied by H, if C plus attached to two carbons, other valence is occupied by H, if carbocation attached with the three carbons, then it is tertiary. So you can see primary, here one carbon is attached to the C plus. In second case, two carbons are attached with the C plus. In third case, three carbons are attached with the C plus, and other one is methyl carbocation, where all the valencies are occupied by the H. Got it? If we compare the stability, then primary is less stable than secondary and secondary less stable than tertiary. This is the stability order, that is the tertiary is more stable. Now if we see hyperconjugation perspective, see In case of methyl, there is no hyperconjugation, but if we see here in primary, this is the methyl, it is the primary carbocation, and this is the secondary carbocation, and this is the tertiary carbocation. In these cases, you can see here no hyperconjugation is same, but in second number case, that is the primary case, this hydrogen can move here between two carbon bond, or this bond can shift towards, or this bond can shift. There are three possibilities. But if we see in secondary case, this or this, similarly here 6 possibilities, and in case of tertiary there are 9 possibilities. So more is the possibilities, more is the stability order. So primary is less stable than secondary, and secondary is less stable than tertiary in case of stability order. Now carbonium ion, that is carboanion. What is carbonion? Carbon with negative charge, also formed by heterolytic bond fission. Its geometry is pyramidal geometry, just like ammonia. Here stability order is primary is more stable than secondary is more stable than tertiary. See, if we differentiate between carbocation, carbonium ion, or free radical. Carbocation C plus, that means the C plus carbon is sp2 hybridized. In carbonium ion or carboanion, C negative is sp3 hybridized. And here plus sign is for electron deficient. This is not electron deficient. The C plus, this carbocation has planar geometry, and the order stability of order is tertiary is more stable than secondary and then primary. Here pyramidal structure or geometry just like ammonia, and stability order is primary is more stable than secondary and then tertiary. Now it's turn of free radical. Let's do for free radical. What is free radical? Free radical are formed by homolytic bond fission. For example, A2, the two moles are same, say equal electronegativity. So equal number of carbon will be shared to each other. If they break their bond, then 2A dot are formed. This shows free radical. And free radical has C dot, which shows sp2 hybridized, and the structure is planar. So this is the carbocation, this is the intermediates, reactive intermediates used in this chapter of class 11th. Thank you. Have a nice day.